Brian from Forest River. Going to talk about the Atwood 10-gallon gas electric water heater, which is used in several of our Forest River divisions, and in this case it's used and demonstrated on a primetime Sanibel. So this is your access cover right here. So we're going to open it up. So to open it up, we're going to lift this tab, we're going to turn it, and then we're going to grab the door, pull the door open so the door comes open. You don't want to let it go, don't want to let it slam down, you just want to open it gently. That's going to expose everything that's on the inside. Okay, once you're inside here, I'm going to kind of cover the components so you can see what different components are. This is your pressure relief valve, temperature and pressure relief valve right here. So you want to make sure that you test to make sure there's water inside the water heater before you turn the water heater on. And the way you can do that is by raising the lever here, just gently. And if there's water in here, water will start to come out. Now you want to be careful if water does come out of here because this is hot and the water is going to be hot, so you want to be careful so you don't scald yourself when you do this. This is your ECO and thermostat, so if the tank gets too hot, your ECO, which stands for emergency cutoff, will activate and shut down the water heater so you don't damage the water heater. You also have an additional safety device right here that's designed to operate if the tank gets too hot. It'll shut down so you don't damage the tank or do any harm to the tank whatsoever. And this is your DSI board right here. This is going to be your electrode right here. So this is coming from your DSI board. Your electrode will come down here and actually ignite the LP that comes through the burner tube right in here, and you'll see a flame in here when this is actually lit and running. Right down here is your drain plug. So this will be what you want to remove when you're going to drain the water out of the water heater. You just remove that and drain the water out. Before you remove that, make sure you open the pressure relief valve to make sure that there's no pressure inside, because you don't want that pressurized when you back that out, otherwise there'll be problems. This is your sight gauge right here. So when the water heater is lit, if you don't want to open the door, you can just look right in here and you'll be able to see the flame lit through this sight gauge. Before you fire the water heater up on either gas or electric, you want to make sure your valves are in the proper position. On this particular Forest River unit, we have a winterized valve and we have the water heater bypass valve. You have to make sure that both of them are in the normal position. So you have to put both of them in the normal position and then make sure there's water inside the tank. You can either use the pressure relief valve to verify that, or you can open up some hot water spigots inside the RV. Make sure there's water in the tank before you fire it up. Okay, so this is your monitor panel here. This is where your switches are. This is your LP for your gas, for your water heater. This is your DSI fault light. This is your electric heating element switch. Again, before you turn anything on, if you're not on city water, make sure your water pump is turned on so you get water into your tank. Or if you're on city water, make sure there's water in the tank. When you activate the LP, this light will illuminate, the board will try to ignite, and if everything works right and it ignites, you can hear the roar, which means your water heater is lit. For the electric heating element, you have this switch here. When you turn this on, this actually opens up a 12-volt relay, which activates the 110 heating element. So your water heater is now working on electric. So we're going to turn this switch on here, which will be on LP. That's going to signal the water heater to turn on. Now, if the water heater does not light after 3 attempts, this DSI fault light will illuminate. So as long as this light stays out, that means your water heater is working fine and you don't have any problem. If this light stays illuminated, that's telling you that the DSI water heater is not lit on gas, and you need to find out what the problem is, whether it be you're out of LP or whatever the issue is. Okay, and as you can see, this DSI fault light did illuminate. That's telling you that your water heater is not lit. This light switch will always stay on, but this is the one you want to be concerned about. With an Atwood water heater, anytime this DSI fault light is on, it means your water heater is not lit on propane. So hopefully this answers any questions you may have regarding your Atwood water heater. Again, if you have further questions, you can contact your Forest River selling dealership, or you can go to www.forestriverinc.com, use the Contact Us section of the website, and contact your Forest River rep, who may be able to help answer additional questions that you might have.